Hello, Slim here with, of course, this is VirtualBox with Cinnamon, and in case you're wondering, I'm going to show you how to add your AppImages into your menu here in Cinnamon, Linux Mint Cinnamon. This is UNA 20.3. So I'm hoping, kind of hoping, that this will turn out all right. Now, let's just line this up a minute. All right. What I've got here is Kdenlive as an app image. It's the latest one. It's 22.4.2. Available for every single Linux operating system. If you're not sure what an app image is, it's everything condensed on in there. Now, when you install Kdenlive, it comes down with a hell of a lot of dependencies and a hell of a lot of other stuff as well. When you install it as a deb file, and it can take some bloody room up and take some time to install. With an app image, it's there already for you. All you have to do to get it going is to come up. Yeah, that's because I've taken the thingy lines off and made me things a bit bigger. Don't worry about it. What you got to do is just come on into permissions and tick this box, allow executing file as program, and then double click it and it'll open. It's all there for you. Everything is there already for you. Okay. But what we're going to do is add it to the menu. Now, I've been racking my blooming brains on how to do this, because I've done a video earlier on and it was just way too long. But now I know what you need to put on in order to get it going in the categories area of your menu. Yeah, and it's completely different. Why can't it be standardized throughout the whole of Linux? I don't understand. For mine in XFCE, I've just got it under videos. That's all I've got. Hey ho. So the first thing that you're going to need to do, you can either push Control and H to show your hidden files. We're going to create a file called .AppImages. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. So we're going to create the folder .AppImages. There we go. Let's put it underneath the next one underneath here. I'm going to cut this and paste it in there. Paste into folder for the moment. Then I'm going to create another folder. Create new folder. That was just a right click. Create new folder. We call it Kdenlive. Okay. That's inside the app images, the .AppImages folder, yeah? And then we just cut this and paste into folder in there. That's what I love about Nemo. Everything's there for you. Okay. Now, where do we go from here? Well, it's pretty easy. We go back to our home, yeah, that we've just already opened. We go on into .local. We go into share, and already, which I'm quite surprised at, is that a Linux Mint team have already added an applications folder for you, which is nice. So you open up that, double click it, open it, right click, we're going to create a new document, an empty document. And what we're going to call it is Kdenlive, with a capital K, .d desktop. All right, that's what we're going to call it. We open it with our text editor, which is Z here in Linux Mint. Okay, we'll open it up with that. What you need is these little things. Just put two up already for me. These are the ones that are on your keyboard. Just push the one directly right of, I don't know what they're called. They're brackets, but they're not. I don't know what they're called. I don't know computer jargon. Well, they're like brackets, but they're not. So it's next to the letter P if you're using a QWERTY keyboard. It's right of the letter P. You've only got to put it in once, and it'll put it in automatically. the other one for you. And inside there, you just write desktop entry, okay? Desktop space entry, like so. Bring your cursor along. We're going down to another line, okay? Gonna bring this up a little bit so that you can see it. Okay, you should be able to see that now. Next line down, type, as in type. And we'll put equals because it is an application. Hence the name AppImage, but it is an application. So we'll have it as an application. Okay, and then we just push enter on there. Okay, next thing we need to name it. So we go name equals Caden Live with a capital Caden Live, yeah? So we go like that. We need to comment, of course, so that when we hover over it, we know what exactly it's doing in the tooltips. Yeah, tooltips. When you hover over something, it tells you what it is. Video encoder, we'll call it that. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? We'll just call it video encoder. The next line is your exec line, a bit like you get executable. Yeah, executable line. So we go equals and we go / and we go, for me, it's home /slim /dot app images. Yeah. / with a capital K again, Caden Live. Then / little k, Caden Live. Hyphen 22.04.2 or period 2 if you're American. Hyphen times 86, which means 32-bit as well as 64-bit, underscore times 64, so it's 32 and 64-bit. I will bring this up a little bit more so it's all in line for you in a minute. Hang about dot app image. All right, now that is exactly how it's written on the actual app image. You've got to copy the actual file name of the app image. You can't put a capital K in at the beginning because it'll say, hang on, that ain't got a capital K. It's fussy. Yes, it's spelt the same, but it's got to be written the same because otherwise it's going to say, well, that's different to that. It can't do it like that. Yeah, do you get me? I hope you do. Right. Now we're going to go down to icon next. Yeah, we go icon, which equals, well, for me, I've got my Sardi Ghost in on here, which didn't take long to blooming set up. This is in VirtualBox, by the way, but it still work. User, share, icons. Notice that I'm using little letters here, apart from this one, Sardi Ghost. Flexible / scalable, which scalable / apps / Caden Live .svg. Okay. Phew. All right. Now, on here. Oh, not yet. We're not got there yet. Okay. Terminal. Equals false. You don't need to open it with the terminal because there's an app image. Startup. You don't need a startup. Oh, this is the window manager class. I think that's what that means. I might be wrong. Equals Caden Live. So you can have it in capital here. Okay. Categories. This is the bit I was on. This is the category of what it's going to go in your menu. Okay. Categories. Oh, have I spelt that right? I think I have. Categories. Equals. Yeah, I have. Now on here is audio, video. Don't ask me why, it just is. It took me ages to find. I had to go into applications in Nemo, actually go into the file where all the applications are in system, and open up the application in a text editor and further down see how it's called. Because it ain't called sound and video on here. It's not called just video. No, it has to be completely different. It must, drive you bloody bananas. So next one, we're going to have Startup Notify, which we don't need. Notify equals false. Okay, equals false. There's no need for it to do that. Couple of lines down, you can have name. You can have one of these again and just put in English _ capital GB if you're in Britain. Yeah, this is just your preference of your language. Okay. GB, yeah, Great Britain. I think that's what it means. English, GB, yeah. Caden Live, there we go. And that's the language that it will produce for you. All we do is save that away. We can come down off of that now. Right. Now, before you go off and say, oh, it's not in my thing. Well, what you've got to do is activate it, okay? Because this is the actual application script. So you need to right-click here, come down to Properties, go into Permissions, and like you did with, hopefully, your app image, is allow it executing as a program, and there you are. It finds that straight away, and if we double-click that, there you go. Caden Live is opening up. There you go. And there it is. Ta-da! Sorted. So you know it's working. And we close that off. And if we come down to, because it's called sound and video on here, here it is. Caden Live. Just give it one click and it should open. And there you go. Brilliant. And it's the latest version as well, and it works really, really well, trust me. That's what this video is made in. I got fed up with all the room that Caden Live actually takes up when you installed it from a deb file or from a PPA, or even if you're in Arch from your Palm Mac or whatever you're using in Arch. I found that it takes up an awful lot of room because of all the dependencies that it needs. Stuff on there. Anyway, hopefully that's helped you out. That's how you add stuff. And it isn't just for that either. I mean, you can actually add stuff to be opened up with a certain browser. You can do the same sort of thing. I'll show you that another day and what I do and on my XFCE, but someone had a question about AppImages on a forum, and I thought, blow it, I'll do a video. You must spell it out the same on there. It's very easy to make mistakes. on that as well. I have done many times. I'm only a user of Linux. I'm not a programmer or anything like that. But like I say, if you're coming over from Windows for the very first time, you're coming on over to Linux, this is a warning for you. Nothing in Linux is out of the box. Nothing is there for you like it is in Windows. You have been spoiled in Windows. Yeah, everything's there for you. Yeah, that's because it's a proprietary system and the whole world uses Windows. Linux is completely different. It's a DIM. Yeah, what I call a DIM, a DIM. Yeah. Do it myself operating system. If you want stuff, you have to go out and do it yourself. That's what Linux is all about. Yeah, it's a tinkering operating system. Linux is never ever going to be like Windows where everything's there for you. You have to build it up yourself. You can build it up yourself all the way down to the blasted kernel that it's operating on. You can customize it to your heart's content. Doesn't matter. All right. But that's down to you. It's yours to own. Yeah. Linux is yours. It's not rented or anything. Yeah. No matter what Linux desktop you're using. Pop OS, whatever, don't matter. There's still some stuff that you'll have to do for yourself. And this is a problem that a lot of people are having. They think they can just come straight on over to Linux without actually reading up on it first. You can't really. You've still got to tinker around and get things going for yourselves. It's like gaming in Linux, for instance. If you're wanting to play the latest Windows games, you're going to have to do some tinkering to install stuff, either wine stuff or wine staging, for instance. You're going to have to get the latest of that. And it's quite hard on an Ubuntu-based system because you have to add a PPA. It's not there out of the box for you. It's not in the repositories, unless, of course, in 22.04 you can now. I don't know. But before, I know that I had to add a PPA. If Linux users want to make it easier for gamers, then they should already have all of that inside of their package manager, you know what I mean? To install. I mean, yeah, okay, you probably got snap versions of all of that anyway. God, waiting around for all that shite to come on down. And flat packs get on my wick as well because they're too bloody heavy. If you've only got a 500 gig hard drive and you've got to wait around for all these other dependencies to come on down in order to install the flat pack, then you're going to be running out of room in no time. Really are. I hate them. I hate flat packs. I hate blasted. Look, AppImages, it's all there for you. Okay. Yes, you could fill up your hard drive with AppImages if you really wanted to, but what you've got to do is take the rough with the smooth. You've got to say to yourself, well, hang on, look, I have Firefox is already installed. I have that as my daily web browser. That's fine. That's okay. I'll keep that as it is. I don't need to uninstall that and have an app image come on down of that. Yeah, you got to think to yourself on those things. On those lines, I mean, you could have Chrome as an app image if you really want to use Chrome and be forever tied in with Google, if you like. The only time in Linux I am tied in with Google is when I'm using YouTube. Yeah, that's the only time. The rest of it, I am in with DuckDuckGo as my search engine, and of course, people are poo-pooing Firefox at the moment because Firefox is getting less and less users. Their market thing is going on down graphically. It's such a shame because it's one of the most, in fact, the most security conscious minded a browser on out there. I think so anyway. There's a hell of a lot of stuff that you can do in Firefox that you can't do in any other web browser. For instance, you've got all these other web browsers that are meant to be as quick as Chrome and what have you, but they're still tied in to Google, aren't they? They're still answering to Google. You can't tell me that somewhere around the back there that there is Google. Well, there is in Firefox as well. Yes, there is in Firefox. That's only because they've had to make their money from having to team up with Google. Yeah. But so what? So what? You know, you can switch that off. You've still got the option to switch Google off and delete out of Firefox altogether. Yeah. You don't have to use Google as a search engine. You can go DuckDuckGo or whatever other one there is out there, Start Page or something like that. You don't have to rely on Google all the time. And I wish more and more people would see that. Google will just take stuff off of you. They're exactly the same as Windows. They just spy on you. They sell ads away from you. Yes, they're quick and they're taking over the whole of the internet at the moment, Google are. This is why we need competition like Firefox. That's why Firefox was made to be free and open source, which it is. And, I don't know. Yet people, but it's so slow. That's because you're used to your mobile bloody media phone things, aren't you? Where everything's speedy on there, yeah, with Google and what have you. Yeah. God, take me back to how it used to be, please, when Firefox did rule for a time, years ago. Big fight between Chrome and Firefox. And there still is in a sense. It's just that Firefox had to make some money somehow. Anyway, that'll be another discussion for another day. Hopefully that helps someone out. Thank you very much for watching. That is it from me. Bye for now.